Super Punch-Out is not just the sequel to Mike Tyson's Punch-Out on the NES, it's also one of the best action games on the Super Nintendo. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out was one of the top-selling games on the NES, with about 3 million cartridges sold. You'd think with that level of success, Nintendo would have rushed to get out a sequel, but Mike Tyson's Punch-Out was released in late 1987, and the next game in the series wouldn't debut until 1994. In that same time period, Capcom released 6 Mega Man games. Super Punch-Out was developed by Nintendo's Integrated Research and Development Team and was produced by Genyo Takada, the father of the Star Tropics series. He would go on to be one of the lead developers for Nintendo's highly successful Wii console. The game was directed by Makoto Wada, who was a character designer for Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, and as development began for Super Punch-Out, he was still finishing up direction on Zoda's Revenge, Star Tropics 2. Like the previous games in the series, Super Punch-Out plays more like an arcade action game than a realistic simulation of boxing. The rules of boxing are very loosely enforced here, and you'll encounter characters that will kick you, hit you with a cane, and even spit in your face. This may be disappointing for serious boxing fans, but it makes the game more universally approachable. So instead of a hardcore boxing simulation, the game focuses on being fun and can be enjoyed by players that have little to no interest in the sport. Utilizing the power of the Super Nintendo, this time your playable character is much larger and semi-transparent. This looks much more like the original 1984 arcade version, which used a wireframe character and coincidentally had an arcade sequel, also titled Super Punch-Out. Super Punch-Out on the Super Nintendo boasts a roster of 16 different fighters to challenge, with no duplicates this time. While some of the challengers return from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, and a couple are pulled from the arcade games, most are new designs. The character sprites are large and well animated with amusingly exaggerated expressions. It's arguable that some of the designs lean a little too far into stereotypes, but each character feels distinct. Overall, this colorful cast is one of the most memorable in the series. Although there's not too much voice acting in the game, the announcer, referee, and characters were all voiced by Charles "It's-a-me, Mario" Martinet. Martinet would become famous for voicing Mario, Luigi, Wario, and others in just so many games, but Super Punch-Out was his first voice acting job for Nintendo. The game was well received when it debuted in North America in September of 1994, and again when it released in Europe in January of '95. Players were impressed with the large characters and easy-to-learn controls. Although the game did not sell nearly as well as Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, it was still an excellent addition to the series. In modern times, players and critics still appreciate Super Punch-Out for its deceptively challenging gameplay and the endless replayability of the time attack mode, where players can challenge themselves to nail a flawless fight. When IGN released their list of the top 100 Super NES games of all time, they ranked Super Punch-Out at number 17. If you'd like to play Super Punch-Out on a modern platform, it is one of the games included on the SNES Classic Mini and with the Switch's online service. Modern players that attempt this game will still have to deal with all of the challenges retro games are notorious for. Super Punch-Out demands lightning-fast reflexes and will be a true test of your ability to quickly react to the action on screen. If you mistime your punches, your opponent will clobber you, and if you make one too many mistakes, it'll be game over. But what if I told you easy strategies you can use to defeat all 16 boxers? What if I showed you a hidden 2-player mode that wasn't discovered until the game had been out for almost 30 years? And what if I told you how to execute advanced strategies for fast knockouts on all 16 fighters? Even Nick Bruiser himself? Well, on today's episode of You Can Beat Video Games, we'll learn all of that and more. If you're new to the channel, we're doing deep dives on retro video games and giving you the professional strategies that can be used by the casual gamer. Please make sure to subscribe and check out youcanbeatvideogames.com for episode lists, news, and official You Can Beat Video Games merchandise. And please join our Patreon for access to an exclusive Discord community and a chance to vote on future episodes. Let's get started. All right, Super Punch-Out. Before we jump into the game, let's talk about some secret codes. The first one is for the 2-player mode, but it's so much more than that. If you hold Y plus R on controller 2 as you press start on controller 1 on this screen, you'll be taken here where you can choose from any of the 16 fights. So if you want to practice against Nick Bruiser or anyone else, you can. But if you hold B plus Y on controller 2 on this screen as you press start on controller 1, you'll be able to control the opponent with the second controller. It may take you a moment to figure out how to use the enemy boxers, but with the help of a friend, this can take your practice sessions to a whole new level, allowing you to practice making the enemies dizzy, or you can have them perform a specific attack and you can try to learn how to counter it. This is also just a fun new way to play the game. Believe it or not, this code was not well known until August of 2022, about 28 years after the game's initial release. On this menu, if you highlight Machoman, hold L on controller 1 and press right, the cursor will disappear, and then if you press start, you can view the ending. Now you'll notice it says it took 3 minutes to defeat each boxer, and on the last screen you'll have 0 wins and 0 losses, but if you want to see the ending, that is one way to do it. Hold L and R on controller 2 when you see the Nintendo logo as the game loads up, and you'll be taken here to this sound test menu. You'll use controller 1 to go through the different music and sound effects, but just have fun with this one. The first 16 sound effects are just the name of the boxers, and then there's some numbers after that, so the more interesting sound effects are a little bit deeper. There's one last trick that we can do, so get past the title screen, and whenever you choose to start a new game, press X and A at the same time. That will bring you here where you can enter your name in Japanese. I'm not sure why you'd want to do that. Maybe you're from Japan, maybe you just think it looks cool. But that is one more trick that you can do. We're going to enter our name in normal letters, we'll put in UCBVG, and then we're going to jump into the championship mode. We'll need to defeat all 4 boxers in the minor circuit before we can unlock the next one, so we'll start here with Gabby Jay. Gabby Jay has a record of 1-99, and his only win came against Glass Joe. There are 4 basic punches that you'll use in this game. The left jab, which I like to call the left face punch, is your fastest but your weakest punch, followed by the left body, then the right face, and your slowest but strongest punch is the right body. Most fighters in this game will punish you for recklessly punching at them, but not Gabby Jay. So just keep punching until you build up your super meter, and then keep pressing A to throw those supers. He should go down. When you see him do this, wait until he takes 2 hops towards the center of the ring and throw a quick left body blow. He'll go straight down to the mat, and he probably won't get back up. Now that's the basic strategy for defeating Gabby Jay, but for every boxer in this game, I'm also going to show an advanced strategy that uses the dizzy mechanic. I'm going to show this at full speed and then I'll show it again in slow motion, but we need to start out by manipulating Gabby Jay's guard down by not pressing any directions at the beginning of the fight. Then just wait until his gloves drop, and as soon as you see that, you're going to hit him with 5 left face punches, followed by 2 right body punches, and then a super in the face. That will make him dizzy, and we're going to do what's called a buffer sequence. We're going to do a left body punch, a right body punch, and then a super in the body. The first 2 punches won't connect, but they'll make sure that that super is timed up perfectly to take him out in a single blow. If you do it all correctly, you'll be able to defeat Gabby Jay in about 7 seconds. We are going to get a ton of points for this. We'll get points for all 3 of our remaining life bars, for having a lot of time left, and for getting him dizzy. That's worth an extra 6,000 special prize points. If you earn enough points, eventually you'll start gaining extra lives, which could come in handy if you're new to the game. Next up is Bear Hugger, who weighs 440 pounds. Are there weight classes in this boxing league? Because I can't imagine would be in the same one as this guy. Because of his enormous girth, you won't be able to damage Bear Hugger with body punches unless he's taunting you, so we're going to focus on hitting him in the face. In fact, if you do a left face punch, he'll block it and retaliate with his bear clap attack, which we can press down to duck, and then we can retaliate with 4 to 5 left face punches. When you see go attack him now, hold up to block his next punch, then press left to dodge the following one. After that, you can hit him a few times in the face, and then we can go back to trying to do a left face punch, which will be blocked and will trigger the bear clap. Just keep doing that until the fight is over. Most of the boxers in this game will need to be knocked down 3 times to defeat them, but if you're fast enough, Bear Hugger will stay down for the count after the second time. The advanced strategy starts out the same way with a left face punch that triggers the bear clap, but we need to very precisely time our duck so that we hit back 5 times, not 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to watch his feet. When his feet spread out and stop, you're going to do a left body punch followed by 2 left face punches. And once you have your super charged up, you're going to change that to a left body punch followed by a left face punch and then a super. So that's what that looks like, and we'll keep doing that until he's dizzy. When he becomes dizzy, we're going to do a buffer, and this time the buffer is down to duck, 2 left body blows, and a super in the face. If you do all that precisely, you'll be able to knock him down. Phase 2 is much easier. As soon as he gets up, we're going to keep hitting left face punches until one of them triggers the bear clap, then we're going to duck and do a super in his face. That should knock him down, and this time he won't get back up. If you did everything precisely, you should be able to take out Bear Hugger in about 17 seconds. Timing up your punches with Bear Hugger's footwork is very tricky to do and will probably take some practice to master. If you punch him too early, he'll stick his tongue out at you, and that will completely ruin your time. And if you're not hitting him fast enough, he won't become dizzy at the end. So you'll need to nail it all perfectly, but if you do, you can get a time like this one. The next boxer up is Piston Hurricane, and this guy is very vulnerable to guard manipulation. And by guard manipulation, I mean if you hold up on the control pad, he'll bring his gloves up, and then you should be able to punch him in the body. And if you're not holding any directions, he should drop his gloves, and you'll be able to hit him in the face. So get him to drop his gloves and just keep doing left face punches until you build up your super meter, and then just keep throwing body supers until he goes down. It's really that easy. From here, he's pretty easy to finish off, but I'm going to let him live for a little while longer so we can see his other attacks. When you see this fancy footwork message, you're going to hold up to block one attack high, and then you're going to hit back with 3 left body punches. If he's still standing after that, block a low punch, and then hit him back in the face. This is the piston rush. It starts with a high attack, so block it high, then low, then high, then low, then high, then low. It's 6 punches total, and then he'll try an uppercut. Dodge left to avoid the uppercut and hit him back. For the advanced strategy, we're going to manipulate Piston's guard up by holding up at the beginning of the fight, and as soon as you see that his gloves are up, we're going to do 3 left body punches, 3 left face punches, and then a left body punch. These are all chained together, so you should be pressing and holding the button for the next attack as you see the animation for the one on screen. Then we're going to do the buffer, which is a left dodge followed by a left face punch and a super body punch. If you do it all correctly, you'll knock him down, and if you just hold A as the fight resumes, you'll immediately do a super body punch, which will knock Piston back down in phase 2. This should knock him out for good. If you're holding down a button as the action resumes, your character should throw that punch on the very first possible frame, allowing you to get the fastest possible time. And this time we got a 5.73 on Piston Hurricane, which is quite fast. This time is even faster than the time we got on Gabby Jay, and we only had to knock him down once. Next up is the minor circuit champion, Bald Bull. Bald Bull was one of the most feared fighters in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, but he's a good bit easier in this game. In fact, with the strategy I'm about to show you, he may be easier to beat than Gabby Jay. So here's the deal with Bald Bull. When I was messing around with this game, I figured out that he just cannot handle right body blows. So just keep mashing the button. Some of your attacks will get blocked, but anytime Bald Bull tries to do anything, you're going to disrupt it, and you'll hit him with that right body blow. This will deal a decent amount of damage to Bull, and eventually he'll go down. When Bald Bull gets back up, you can try to keep punching him with those right body blows, but he's going to want to do the bull charge. If you're not confident against the bull charge, you can just dodge it, and then you can go back to doing the right body blows, which should easily put him down the second time. So we'll just keep doing those right body blows, and that's knockdown number 2 for Bald Bull. When he gets back up, he's going to try the bull charge again. This time, let's try to counter it. Count the number of hops he takes as he moves to the back of the ring. If he takes 3 hops back, you're going to do a left body blow after the second hop forward, and if he only does 2 hops back, you'll do your left body blow after the first hop forward. Also, if you just dodge the bull charge a few times, he will stop doing it, and you can continue with the right body blows. We're going to start out by manipulating his guard up, and that will allow us to do 2 right body blows, but after that we need to time up some counter punches, so let's take a look at it in slow motion. We'll start out with the 2 right body blows, and then we're going to hesitate a moment and do another right body blow to counter him, followed by a left face punch and a right body blow. Hesitate again and then do 2 left face punches, followed by a body super. That should make him dizzy, and we need to immediately do the buffer, which is a left face punch followed by a right body blow and then a super in the face. If you nailed all of that, he'll go down, and when he gets back up, he won't have very much health. So we're going to manipulate his guard up, do a right body blow, and then a super in the face to knock him down again. Now all we need to do is beat the bull charge to get the TKO. So count the number of hops. He hopped back 2 times, so we gave him a left body blow on the first hop forward, and there it is, a 928 on Bald Bull. And with that, we've beaten the minor circuit. It's okay if you had a few losses. You'll still be able to unlock the major circuit, but you'll need to go back and reattempt the minor circuit again until you get a 4-0 record if you want to be able to unlock the special circuit later. So keep that in mind. We will need to get a 4-0 record on all 3 circuits, the minor, major, and world circuit, before the special circuit will be unlocked. But you can go back and reattempt those as many times as you need to until you achieve the 4-0. Also, once you've officially cleared one of the circuits, those boxers will be unlocked in the time attack mode, so if you need to practice, you can go and do it there. The first boxer of the major circuit is Bob Charlie, and at some point in this game we're going to have to focus on dodging the enemy's attacks and hitting back, but not yet. We'll be able to relentlessly pummel this guy in the body, so just start giving him lefts or rights in the body. If he's blocking on the left side, punch him on the right, and if he's blocking on the right side, punch him on the left. But just keep doing body blows, and this should disrupt most of his attacks. Once your super meter's charged up, wait for Bob to throw a punch, dodge it to the left, and hit him back with a left face punch followed by a face super. Just keep doing that until he goes down. In the second phase, you'll see a message that says, "Bob, time to shuck and jive." He'll bounce around a few times, but watch when he goes to a corner. He may do a spinning uppercut. If he does, you want to dodge it and hit back with the rapid face supers. To do rapid supers, you're going to double tap the A button, and that will make those rapids happen. From here, we can win the match by doing the same thing, just dodge and then hit him with a left in the face followed by a face super. But he does have one more attack that I'd like you to see called the body combo, and you'll know that he's going to do it when he crouches down like that and waves his gloves in the air. You just want to press nothing to block the first 2 hits low, and then hit him back in the face. And that's it. Bob Charlie goes down. Let's take a look at the advanced strategy. If you're trying to get an exceptionally good time, Bob Charlie is known for his randomness, but this strategy will work most of the time. Start by attempting 4 left face punches, which may or may not land. After the 4th, you're going to dodge left and immediately do another left face punch. So there's the 4th dodge left and another left face, which will counter him, and then you want to just keep doing left face punches over and over again, and hopefully he'll get dizzy. If he does, we'll do the dizzy buffer, which is a left face followed by 2 right body punches, and then a face super. If you were able to nail all of that, he'll go down and he'll come up with very little health. In phase 2, just dodge his next attack, then do a left face punch followed by a face super. If you were fast enough, he won't get back up. Because Bob Charlie is the first fighter here in the major circuit, if you don't like your time, you can just quickly reset the game and just keep attempting Bob over and over again until you get a time that you like. An 11:88 is pretty good, but faster times are definitely possible. Bob Charlie is not that difficult to defeat, but the next boxer, Dragon Chan, is a little bit tougher. You may remember in Mike Tyson's Punch-Out that there was a referee present. It was Mario. But in this game, there is no referee, and aside from if you go down 3 times you lose, I don't think there are any rules, because this guy will kick you, and I am very confident that that should not be allowed. For this fight, you want to watch for Dragon Chan to punch you, dodge to the left, and then hit him back with a left face punch followed by 2 right body blows. Once you have your super meter filled up, wait for him to punch, dodge to the left, then hit him with a left face punch followed by a face super, and keep doing that until he goes down. Anytime your opponent is down in this game, you can mash the attack buttons to get some health back, so if you've been damaged, do that. Whenever you see a message that has 3 bars in the middle of it, that's going to be the triple kick. You need to dodge out of the way of 3 kicks and then hit him back after the 3rd one. If you see Dragon Chan go to the corner, he's going to do the dragonfly kick, which you need to duck underneath and then hit him back with a right body blow. If you see this message, he's going to try to heal, and you want to quickly hit him back in the body to stop him. The timing is tricky on the advanced strategy. We need to start out by holding up to manipulate his guard up, and then we'll hit him with 2 left body blows, but then we need to hesitate for just a moment and hit him with a right body blow. We'll hesitate again and hit him with another one, and here's what it looks like in slow motion. There's the 2 left body blows, the hesitation followed by a right, another right, then he steps to the left, and we're going to do a left body blow followed by 2 right body blows, a left body blow, which will dizzy him, and then the buffer is just a right face punch followed by a face super. If you nailed all of that, he'll fall down to the mat. As soon as the fight resumes, you want to duck, do a left face punch and a body super. If he did the heel technique, that will knock him out. If he did the kicks instead, he'll block it, and then you'll need to dodge out of the way and finish him off. If we're lucky enough for him to do the healing technique in phase 2, we can get a time of under 9 seconds, but the real challenge with this guy is getting those right body counters timed properly in phase 1. If you don't time those correctly, he won't get dizzy, and none of this will work. Next up, we have a luchador from Mexico named Masked Muscle. This guy has a lot of different techniques that we'll need to learn, but we're going to start out by just trying 4 left face punches. Some of those will get through, some of them might not, but we should be able to score some free hits. After those initial 4 punches, get ready to dodge an uppercut and hit back with a left face punch followed by several right body blows. Keep doing this until you charge up your super meter, and when you see him shake a fist in the air like that, you're going to block high, block low, and then hit back with rapid face supers. If you see him try to spit in your eye, definitely dodge to the left to avoid it. You do not want him to spit on that thing. You won't be able to punch back for several seconds, and your vision will be messed up. Watch out if Masked Muscle leans back. He's going to do his King Cobra headbutt, and you want to dodge to the left to avoid it, and then hit him back in the body. Whenever he gets back up, he's going to do 2 fast jabs followed by an uppercut, and if we dodge out of the way of those and hit him back, we can easily get the TKO, but I want to show you what happens if you get hit by the spit. You'll notice that you won't be able to throw punches while everything looks like this, and it's hard to see what's going on to dodge out of the way. That's how you know there's no ref here. We are definitely going to wake up in the morning with conjunctivitis. For the advanced strategy, we do need to land a counter, but it's not too difficult. We'll start with 2 quick left face punches followed by 2 right face punches, and then we need to counter him with a right body, 2 left face punches, and a face super. That will bring on the dizzy. Here's what it looks like in slow-mo. Here's the 2 right face, and then you're just looking to counter this with a right body, followed by 2 left face punches and a face super. There's no buffer this time, you're just listening for him to grunt, and then you're going to throw a body super. If you did it on time, he'll go down, and in phase 2, you're just going to block up, do a left face punch followed by a body super. That's all it takes, and he'll be down for the count. For most of the fighters in this game, if you can manage to knock them down for the second time within 3 seconds of the first knockdown, you will get a guaranteed KO. So you just have to make sure that your phase 2 is 3 seconds or faster, and you'll be able to knock most of these fighters out for good. A time of about 10 seconds is very good for Masked Muscle, and once he's defeated, we'll be able to move on to the Major Circuit Champion, Mr. Sandman. Sandman is a returning fighter from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out!, and if you fought him in that game, you may remember that you have to punch him in the face, then hit him in the body. You do not have to do that this time. However, it does work pretty well. Watch for Sandman to throw a punch, dodge left, and hit back with a left face punch followed by a couple right body blows. This will be a good way to build up your super meter, and once you're fully charged, hit him with a left face punch followed by a body super instead. Charging up and landing supers is very important against Sandman because he doesn't take that much damage from your basic punches. Remember when he goes down that if you've been damaged, you can mash the attack buttons to get some of your health back. Sandman has 2 more techniques that we want to watch out for. One of them is called the strong arm, and it's this. He'll wave his fists in the air, and then you just need to hold up to block 2 attacks up, then dodge left and hit him back. That'll bring him up for the last phase, and when it says give him the full power now, champ, you need to watch out for Dreamland uppercuts. When Sandman shuffles his feet, he'll do a big uppercut, and if he's in the 3rd phase, he'll do 3 uppercuts instead of 1. So dodge all 3 uppercuts, then hit him back. Now, if you're ready for the advanced strategy against Mr. Sandman, you're going to make sure that you're not pressing any buttons as the fight begins so that his guard will drop, and then you're going to do 4 left face punches and a left body. You'll briefly hesitate and counter with a left body followed by a left face, and that will make him dizzy. Here it is in slow motion. So here's the 4 left face followed by the left body. Then you hesitate, 1 left body, 1 left face, and the buffer is a left face, left face, body super. And if you nail all of that, whenever he gets back up for phase 2, we're just going to hold up an A to do an immediate face super, which should knock him down immediately. But we do have to do phase 3 against this guy. He's one of the exceptions. In phase 3, we're going to dodge his punches and then hit back with a left face punch followed by a super. Then we're going to need to dodge some Dreamland uppercuts and do the same thing. Left face and then a super. Just keep doing this until he goes down. I've definitely had slightly better times than 21:30 in practice, but if you're able to defeat Mr. Sandman in around 20 seconds, that is very good. And that marks the end of the Major Circuit. At this point, we are now halfway through the game, but the remaining 8 fighters are by far the most difficult. Remember that defeating Mr. Sandman will be good enough to unlock the World Circuit and will unlock the Major Circuit in the Time Attack mode, but you'll have to keep redoing the Major Circuit again and again until you finish with a 4-0 record if you want to be able to unlock the special circuit. We'll add another championship belt to our trophy case with a very nice set of times, and then we'll move on to the world circuit. The first fighter in the world circuit is Aran Ryan. This guy fights dirty, and our basic punches won't deal much damage to him at all. We will need to focus on building up our super meter. Aran Ryan always starts out with these 4 jabs, and we can block them by holding up, and then you can hit him back with a quick left face punch. After the 4th one though, we're going to need to start dodging hooks and uppercuts. When you hit Ryan with a super, it will trigger the clincher. Watch for him to do a head nod, and that's your cue to hit him with a left body blow. If you do it at the right time, you'll disrupt this attack, and you'll be able to follow with a super, which will trigger the clincher again. Now, if you mistime your punch against the clincher, he'll grab you and start draining your health. You'll need to mash the attack buttons to escape. These hops signal that Aran's going to do his Irish cream. He does 6 punches, which you can block down, then up, and then he'll do an uppercut, and then he does the same combo again, but he starts high the second time. So block 6 punches, dodge the uppercut, hit him back, and then repeat the pattern and knock him down. That's really all there is to know about Aran Ryan. Dodge his attacks, hit him with a left face punch, and follow up with a super. Make sure to hit him when he nods if he does the clincher, and you should be able to easily defeat him. For the advanced strategy, we're going to start by manipulating Aran's guard up, and then we're going to do a series of attacks that are all chained together, so make sure that you are pressing the next attack while you see the animation for the current one. The sequence is 2 left body punches, followed by a right face, then a left face. After that, we'll dodge left and immediately do 2 left face punches, followed by a left body blow. And the buffer sequence is just a duck, followed by a left body blow, a left face, and a body super. In phase 2, we're going to try a body super to trigger the clincher. Then when he nods, we'll hit him with a body blow and follow it with another body super to knock him down. If Aran Ryan gets back up after that, we're just going to dodge his next attack and do a left face punch followed by a face super. That should finish him off. According to the lore of the game, Aran Ryan was teased as a child because of the non-traditional spelling of his name. He would get into fights with other kids over this, and that's what led him to become a boxer. But the guy is from Ireland. You would think that that spelling would be totally normal over there. So part of me wonders if he just made all of that up. In any case, our 1286 is a pretty good time. Nice try, Ken Lob. And from here, we'll be moving on to Heike Kagero, who before becoming a boxer, was a Japanese ballet dancer.
Heike Kagero.
Kagero is very fast, so we're going to start out by holding up to block his first 5 punches, and then we're going to punch him in the body 3 times on the left. Now we need to dodge some hooks, dodge out of the way, and hit back to charge your super meter, and once it's charged up, dodge an attack, hit with the left, and then follow with a super in the face. When he does the Mirage Dance, he can do any of his attacks whenever he appears, but if you just hold up and mash the Y button, sometimes you can disrupt the Mirage Dance, and you'll be able to catch him and start hitting him. It's a little bit risky, but it usually works. When this guy gets back up, he will start attacking you immediately. Be ready to dodge as soon as you hear the announcer yell fight. Now there's a few attacks that Kagero can do that we haven't seen yet, like this one. When he crouches down to the side, you're going to block 2 low attacks, then dodge an uppercut, and punch him back. Now, we haven't seen the 2-step, there it is. When he does that little dance, you're going to hold up to block 3 high attacks, then dodge an uppercut, and hit him back. Don't forget he gets up swinging, so be ready to dodge and hit back with a left face followed by a super if you have it. And here's the hair whip attack. When you see him do that, you need to dodge the first part of it to the left, then duck to avoid the hair. And that's it. We've knocked him out. Let's take a look at the advanced strategy. We're going to start by manipulating his guard up, and then we're going to do a big combo that starts with 5 left body blows. This is all linked together, so if you do it correctly, he'll be dizzy. Here's what it looks like. 5 left body blows, 3, 4, 5, then a left face, right face, and a left face. And then we'll do the buffer sequence, which is right face, duck, body super. If you do that all correctly, he'll be knocked down. While he's down, you want to hold down A, and as soon as the fight begins, let go of it and press it again to do the body supers. That's the fastest way to do it. If you're already holding the button and you quickly tap it as soon as the fight begins, you'll do the rapid supers immediately. Do it again in phase 3 and he'll go right down. And that's it. We defeated Heike Kagero in under 12 seconds. Pretty good. Remember that you want to link all of that together, including the buffer sequence, so you want to be pressing and holding the next attack while you see the current animation happening on screen. So while you see the first left body punch, you should be holding Y to do the next one before that punch finishes. The next boxer on our list is Mad Clown, who allegedly joined the circus after suffering a nervous breakdown. But you can't fool us. We can all tell that that's just Bear Hugger doing a Doink the Clown cosplay.
Mad Clown!
And just like Bear Hugger, you won't want to punch this guy in the stomach. It's very ineffective. So you just want to focus on hitting him in the face, and you'll need to duck under a lot of his attacks. There's this one, the Mad Backhand. You don't have to duck it, but if you dodge it, you'll have to dodge the correct direction, while ducking works either way. Once you have your super filled, you want to hit him with it, and if you see him wiggle like that in one place, make sure to duck underneath his head grab attack, or he will grab onto you and drain your health. You'll need to mash the buttons to escape it. If you see Mad Clown taunt you, don't try to punch him. He will catch you and you'll get punished. Instead, get ready to dodge out of the way and hit back whenever you see an opening. If Mad Clown jumps to the back of the ring, that means he's going to do his ball throwing attack. You may need to dodge balls to the left or the right or stay in the middle, and after he throws 3 sets, he'll come down in the head grab attack, so you want to duck under that and then start hitting him back. Phase 3 is showtime. You're going to hold up to block 3 punches, then dodge out of the way of a hook or an uppercut. After you dodge that hook or uppercut, hit him back in the face, and just keep doing this until he goes down. The first hit in the advanced strategy needs to be a counter punch, so we're going to watch for Clown's mouth to turn into an oval, and then we're going to hit him with 3 left face punches. He'll make a grunting noise if you got it. We'll look at the entire combo here in slow motion, so we'll wait for his mouth to turn into an oval, hit him 3 times left face, then we're going to dodge left and cancel it into a right face punch, followed by 2 left face punches. And then the buffer is 2 right body blows, followed by a left face punch. That will knock him down without using a super. In phase 2, we're going to keep doing left face punches until one connects, and then we're going to do rapid face supers to make him dizzy. There's no buffer this time, so wait until he goes all the way to the right, and as he starts drifting back to the left, that's when you're going to do your face super, and if you miss, you'll have a second chance on the other side. In phase 3, just keep doing left face punches again until you connect, and finish him with a face super. And with that, we've defeated Mad Clown in 1503. Getting the first counter on this guy is tricky, but once you nail that, the rest of it isn't too tough. For a lot of these advanced strategies, it feels like doing a big combo in a fighting game like Tekken, But with a little bit of practice in the time attack mode, low times like this are definitely possible. The champion of the world circuit is Super Machoman, who was the original boss of the NES game before Mike Tyson was added.
Super Machoman.
We're going to start by holding up to block Macho's first 2 punches, then we're going to dodge his 3rd punch and hit him back in the face. After that, we're going to dodge his next few attacks and just keep building up our super, and once we have full super, we're going to hit him once in the face and follow with a super. Exercise program A needs to be blocked 4 times up and then you'll hit him back in the body, and when you see him wiggle a glove like that, he's going to do his spin punch. You'll need to listen for a little noise when he goes to the back of the ring and then press down to duck under it. Exercise program B should be blocked low. You'll block 3 low punches and then hit him back in the face. When he does the exercise programs, he can do any of the 3 exercise programs, so make sure to pay attention to which one he's using. The most dangerous is exercise program C, which is this, where he does 3 big uppercuts that you'll need to dodge. Dodge all 3 uppercuts before hitting him back. When Machoman does multiple spin punches, we're going to duck, wait for the noise to do the first duck, and we're just tapping duck each time so that we don't stay down for too long and get hit by the next spin. Keep ducking until you're sure that he stopped spinning, and then hit him back with rapid face supers if you have them. We're going to start out the advanced strategy by ducking, and then we're going to cancel that duck into a left face, right face combination. After that, we're going to counter him, and we'll need to get a couple counters to make this work. So the timing is tricky here. Let's look at it in slow motion. So we start with the duck right into the left face, right face, and then we'll do a right face which will counter him, followed by 2 left body punches. We need to hesitate a moment and counter with 2 left body punches followed by a body super, which makes him dizzy, and the buffer is left face and 2 body supers. That will knock him down. When he gets back up for phase 2, we're going to immediately do a body super, and then we need to counter him with a left body blow and follow with a face super. If we're able to do it in about 3 seconds or less, he'll stay down for the count. And that's it. Machoman is defeated. We're now the World Circuit Champion. Hopefully you were able to complete the World Circuit without any losses, because at this point, we won't be able to go on to the Special Circuit until we've finished all 3 of the first circuits with a 4-0 record. Now, it's okay if you have some losses on there. You just have to go back to those circuits and play them again until you finish with a 4-0. If you're having trouble getting the 4-0, figure out which boxers are giving you a problem, and then you can go to the time attack mode and practice them until you can defeat them easily. So just work things out in the practice mode until you're ready, and then take on those circuits again until you have 3 4-0 records. And with that, we'll be on to the Special Circuit. Narcis Prince doesn't want us to touch his face, so the trick against this guy is to punch him in the face. Easier said than done.
Narcis Prince.
We're going to start by pressing no buttons so that we can do 2 low blocks. Then we'll hold up to do a high block, and when you see him raise his glove again, you're going to immediately do a left face punch. If you do it on time, you'll counter him, and that's one way you can get him to go into angry mode. When Narcis is angry, he'll get reckless, so you just want to dodge his punches and hit him in the face. Give him some face supers if you can. When Narcis gets up, he'll be calm again, and if you see him flash like that, you want to hold up to block 3 high attacks, then hit back with a left body punch, followed by a left face. That will make him angry again, and a few punches to the face while he's in angry mode should put him down. If Narcis sways around, you want to dodge 2 attacks and then hit back in the body, followed by a face punch. That's the easiest way to make him angry. Wait for him to do an uppercut, do a left body blow, and follow it with a left face punch. Once he's angry, it's very easy to finish him off. So that's the basic strategy for defeating Narcis.
Pizza cake.
As far as the advanced strategy goes, Narcis is very random, so this is my best attempt at showing you a consistent strategy, but it definitely won't work every time. At the very beginning of the fight, we want to wait until Narcis punches and we want to counter his first attack with a left body blow. So wait for him to move and immediately do a left body blow followed by a left face punch. This will make him angry. Now we're going to do a buffer, so it's a right face punch followed by a right body punch, then 3 more right face punches, and as soon as you hit, you're going to do 2 left face, a right face, a left face, and a body super, and if that makes him dizzy, the buffer is duck into a body super. Yes, that is a lot, and in phase 2, we're going to counter his first attack with a right face punch, and then we're going to dodge his first angry attack and do a left face followed by a face super. That will put him down on the mat. If we're lucky, all of those punches will land and Narcis will stay down for the count. And if we're not so lucky, at least he's the first fighter in the special circuit, and we can always keep resetting the game until he does a pattern that we like. It is possible to learn all of Narcis's potential attacks, but the fact is, some of them just take a lot more time than others, so if you want to get a good time, you will have to get lucky. And that brings us to one of the most challenging fighters in the game, Heike Quarlow. Hoy may look like a feeble old man, but he's an absurd cheater. He will not only try to kick you, but he also has brought a stick to the ring, and he'll try to beat you with it. Hoy always starts with a stick attack, so we'll hold up at the beginning of the fight, block 3 stick hits, and then immediately do a right body blow, which will counter him. Whenever you're hitting Hoy, make sure that you're alternating left and right punches, or you'll miss. If you see him do the strong jab on the side, get ready to duck underneath his backspin. You have to duck to avoid that. If you can manage to build up your super meter, hit him with a basic punch first and then follow with a super. This is called the ancient attack. You want to dodge away from whichever corner he's in and hold into the dodge to make sure to avoid an attack. Once he stops moving, unleash a flurry of face punches and you may be able to take him down. If you see Hoy put a glove to his face, you need to block down twice and then dodge to the left. You can hit him back afterwards. Hoy has a few special attacks that we haven't seen yet, so I'm not going to hit him back until he does them. If he does the ancient attack again, I'll show you how to counter it. Okay, here it is. You need to do a face punch on the side that Hoy is on, just as he lifts his cane. If you time it perfectly, you'll get an instant knockdown. If not, you'll get beat up though, so be careful attempting that. Hoy does another special attack called the Super Stick, and there's a big wind-up beforehand, so we'll watch for that. If he does the high wind-up, that's it. You're going to block 6 times high and then 4 times low. If he does a low wind-up, we'll wait for him to do it. He'll do the low wind-up eventually. There it is. We're going to block down 2, up 3, down 2, up 3. So there's 2 different super stick patterns. I'm pretty sure he always does the high one first. So if you've already seen the high one, be prepared for the low one. And that's all there is to it. For the advanced strategy, we need to watch him to raise his stick. When he does a tiny hop, we'll hit him in the left face to counter. Then we need to counter him again. And then we need to actually assess his guard, hit him another time, and counter him again. The whole thing is difficult. Here's what it looks like. raises the stick, tiny hop, hit him left face, counter right body followed by a left face, hit him again, hopefully that one gets through, then we're going to counter right body, left face, then we're going to counter left body, right body, body super. If we did all of that correctly, and the buffer is a right body blow followed by a body super. In phase 2 and 3, we're going to try to manipulate his guard. We can hold up and then immediately release it and do a body super, and hopefully if that works we can get another one in. We can do the same thing with face supers, so we'll try that in phase 3. So we won't hold anything, hopefully he'll drop his guard, and then we can do a face super. The whole thing does involve a little bit of RNG and is not easy to do. This is one of the most difficult advanced strategies in the entire game. The problem is that there are a number of points during the fight where Hoy could simply shift his guard, and if he blocks you, he'll push you out of the way, and his dizzy meter will go down to 0. This will ruin any chance you had at getting a good time. After Hoy Quarlow, we'll meet the first of the 2 Bruiser brothers, Rick Bruiser. What is the deal with this guy? From ? Does he not know where he's from, or is it some kind of big secret? Rick starts with a scripted set of moves, so we're going to block up twice, dodge a punch, and then hit him back 3 times in the body. Then we're going to dodge 2 punches and hit him 4 times in the body. Now he's going to do the Rick Rush. He'll wave his arm to the side, and we're going to block low, block high, dodge an uppercut, and then hit him back. Once we've built our super meter, we can do super attacks, but you'll see he always counters with a counter punch. Hold up to block that counter punch. When he does the Earth Shaker, you want to hold left to dodge at the last second, and you should be able to get out of the way. Then you can hit him back starting with a right body punch. So whenever you're fighting Rick, just remember to hold up to block his counter whenever you super him. Sometimes if you mistime a punch, he'll do that same counter attack. If you see it coming, you can hold up to block that one too. Also remember that Rick often does combinations of punches, so you may need to dodge a couple times before hitting him back. If you mistime a punch against Rick, he may grab your glove. You can quickly dodge away from that arm, but if you don't do it in time, he will bring down an elbow on that glove, and that hand will be disabled for a few seconds. You don't have to alternate right and left punches against Rick Bruiser, so having one of your gloves disabled isn't that big of a deal, but his brother Nick can do the same thing, and you do have to alternate punches against him, so try to figure out how to beat the Bone Crusher now before it becomes a problem later. For the advanced strategy, start by manipulating Rick's guard down and do a left face punch. This will trigger him to do the super counter, and we'll be able to block it and then do a right face punch to counter him. So here's what it looks like in slow motion. Guard down, left face punch, block, and then a right face followed by another right face and a right body. Then we need to counter him again with 2 right faces, 2 right bodies, and a left body, and that will make him dizzy. The buffer is 2 left body blows followed by a body super. If you did it all correctly, he'll go straight down to the mat. In phase 2, we're going to essentially do the same thing. Manipulate his guard down, hit his face, hold up to block his super counter, and then we'll do right body, right face, and a face super. That should put him down again. In phase 3, we're going to start out by holding up an A, and we have a good chance of hitting him with a face super. Whether it hits him or not, be ready to dodge the Rick Rush, and then hit him back. You should be able to finish him off in under 17 seconds. That super at the beginning of phase 3 has a better than 50% chance of working, but even if Rick blocks it, you'll just need to hit him a few more times to win the match. Before losing to us, Rick Bruiser had only lost one other match, and that was to his brother Nick. So guess who the final boss of the game is? That's right, it's Nick Bruiser. Nick has nothing to say before the match, and he'll be saying the same thing after he goes down.
Nick Bruiser.
The key to defeating Nick is to watch for him to stop moving. That is your cue to dodge. After you dodge, you need to look and try to see if he attacked low or high. If he attacked high, you need to punch him back in the face, and if he attacked low, you need to punch him back in the body. When you're using basic attacks, make sure to alternate left and right punches or you'll miss. When Nick goes to the back of the ring, he'll jump down at you. You need to dodge out of the way, then duck to get under his next two attacks. Don't get thrown off and dodge early if you see Nick shuffle his feet. He's about to do two big uppercuts, and you need to dodge both of them before you try to punch him back. Make sure to mash the attack buttons to recharge your health whenever Nick is down, and if you put him down with the super, he'll come back up with less health. Sometimes he does a combination of punches similar to what his brother Rick would do, but make sure to watch out for his normal special attacks like the shuffle feet uppercuts and the dash punch that you need to dodge to the left and then duck underneath his next two attacks. Nick has one other special move that we haven't seen yet called Nick's Rush, and it's very obvious when he's going to do it because he makes a sound and it looks like that. He starts with a low punch and then goes high, and he does 12 of these. You can block low then block high, but you will take a little bit of damage each time, so you may need to try to dodge those if you're low on health. Nick's Rush is especially frustrating whenever he does it with very little time left on the clock. Remember, if the timer hits the 3-minute mark, you lose, so it's very important that you land supers against Nick. For the advanced strategy, we're going to start the fight with two free left face punches that he just lets you do, but then we have to land a counter. He's going to either attack low or high on the right, and we'll need to counter low or high based on what he does. Here it is in slow motion. The two left face punches, and there's the counter. If you get it, follow it with a left face, right face, right face, then two more left faces, and that will make him dizzy. Whenever he's dizzy, you're going to do one of each basic punch, followed by a body super. You can do the 4 basic attacks in any order. It's a very simple buffer. Just make sure it ends with a body super. And in phase 2 and 3, we're just going to dodge his attacks, hit back with a left, and follow it with a super. We should only have to do that 2 times to put him down, but it's very important that we finish him with a super in phase 2 so that he gets up in phase 3 without very much health left, and then we can just do the same thing. Dodge him one more time, get him with a left, and finish him with a super. And that's all there is to it. Now I say that's all there is to it, but the real difficult part here is getting that first counter punch. Of course, if you can get that first counter punch, the rest of it's pretty easy, but you need to be able to react with lightning fast reflexes. And if you're playing this game on modern equipment, on something like the Nintendo Switch, instead of on an old Super Nintendo with a CRT TV, you're actually playing at a disadvantage because there's a slight input delay, and you really just have to guess. You can't actually react fast enough. You just have to decide whether you're going to counter a face or a body punch and go with it. And that's it. We've done it. We've beaten Super Punch-Out. All we can do now is sit back, relax, and enjoy the cheesy ending. Now, the ending that we're seeing here, this is the special ending. If you don't finish the special circuit with a 4-0 record, you won't see these little animated scenes with each boxer. You'll just see a static picture of them with a message instead. If you didn't get the special ending your first time through the game, You can always replay the special circuit again, and you will get the special ending as soon as you complete it once with a 4-0 record. This game is challenging, but it's nowhere near as difficult as Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! The boxers in this one are a little bit more predictable, and having a chargeable super meter is so much easier to use than the star system from the previous game. The ability to save your game in this one is a huge upgrade over the password system from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! Because it also saves your best times and your scores, which adds so much replay value to the game. The time attack mode also really helps with this, so you can practice these fights again and again and aspire to go for that perfect run. We would eventually get a sequel to this game, Punch-Out! For the Wii, but if you think the gap between Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! And Super Punch-Out! Was long, well, we wouldn't get another Punch-Out! After this for almost 15 years, because Punch-Out! On the Wii debuted in 2009. At that rate, we may see another Punch-Out! Game in like 2050, but I'm not holding my breath. I'm honestly surprised that Nintendo never tried to develop an exclusive Punch-Out! Title for the Game Boy Advance or one of their other portable systems. I think that this could have worked really well on there. I'd also love to know why no one that worked on the game spoke up about the secret codes back in the 90s. Somebody had to know about those codes. It's not like they were put in there by accident. My best guess is that it was some sort of debug mode that the programmers put in the game, and oftentimes debug modes like that are removed before the final game is released, but this time it was left in. So I think there is a solid possibility that whoever put that code into the game didn't realize that it persisted into the final version. Or maybe whoever put it in the game just forgot. Who knows? But it does make you wonder, how many old video games have secret codes that we just don't know about? There could be a ton of them out there. As the ending wraps up, I remember the words of Survivor. Rising up, straight to the top. Had the guts, got the glory. Went the distance, but we're not gonna stop. Just a man and his will to survive. Well, I hope this video was able to help you finally beat Super Punch-Out!, making you the WVBA World Champion. If it did, make sure to give it a like, and make sure to subscribe for more videos. Because there will always be more championship titles to win, and that's why we'll be back again next week with another video game you can beat. Thanks for watching.